Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Today is May 20th. It's our 43rd day of distance learning, and we're in the middle of our 9th week. Can you believe that, Paula? Well, today is also P for Picnic Day. So later on today, you'll get to see the picnic that I have planned outside. But for right now, let's get to learning. Well, since today is P for Picnic Day, we're going to practice writing the letter P. So let's get started. For our capital P, we're going to pull a line straight down, and then we're going to trace it back up and around. So one more time. Down, trace back up and around. Down, trace back up and around. We could keep doing these all day. I've got a good flow for the P's. Down, trace back up and around. Down, trace back up and around, down, trace back up and around, down, trace back up and around. That's looking like 9. Let's see if it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I estimated correctly. That was about 9, and it was 9. Now for our lowercase p's, we're essentially doing the same thing, only we're going down below the bottom line. Down and around, down and around, down, trace back up and around, down, trace back up and around. We're going to keep doing this at least 9 times. Tell me when you think I've made it to 9. Did you think I made it? Oh, did you think I made it now? Did you think I made it now? I probably did too many. Let's check these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I made 1 too many. Oh well, that's not too bad. Now because today is Wednesday, because today is Wednesday, we always make our letters on Wednesday in Play-Doh. So I'm going to take my Play-Doh out and I'm going to make the letter P. Got all my Play-Doh out, and the first thing I need to do is roll it into a really good worm. I'm going to need it long, so I'm going to rock my hands. You can see right now they're at one end, but now they're moving. Now they're at the middle, and now they're at the end. And I think I need even more worms, so I'm going to go backwards. You can see me rolling backwards. And now I'm going to roll one more time. Whoop. Wow, it's getting so long it doesn't want to stay together. I'm going to cut this in half. So let's see. I'm going to do my first line for my capital P, and then I'm going to trace back up and around. Oh, I don't know. I think I can make that bigger. Yeah, trace back up and around. Oh, I'm liking that. That's a pretty good P. The other one just wasn't a big enough bubble. Now for my lowercase p, it's going to be the same thing, only I have to go below the line. So here I go. Trace down, go back up and around. Oh wow, that turned out pretty good. Now you'll notice if I take my lowercase p and put it up here, it's the same as my uppercase P. Sometimes the letters are actually the same, it's just where you position them on the paper. So there's our letter P. It's now time for calendar. Here it is, calendar time, and we already know what month it is. It is the month of May. May. It's the month of May. You guys can read that word. I'm super proud of you, Super Preppies. May is our month, and I'm going to attempt the Macarena dance with the months of the year. James, are you with me? I heard you've been listening to my videos. Let's see if you can do it with me, and let's hope Miss Mary does not mess it up. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, then you turn around. I did it! I hope you guys did it too. Now let's not forget days of the week. We have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Don't forget your days of the week. All right, guys? It's time for our pattern, and because this calendar is so full, I know you already know what the pattern is. But let Miss Mary figure it out. You guys are way quicker than me. I'm going to go back a couple daisies because Daisy was our first one. So here's a daisy, here's a daisy. I'm going to go back to this one and I'm going to see if I can figure out the pattern. Daisy, tulip, tulip, bluebell. Daisy, tulip, tulip. Do you remember my other way of figuring out the pattern? That's right, looking at the diagonals. Sometimes it's the diagonals that go this way. Not this time. And sometimes it's the diagonals that go this way. Oh, I see it. Tulip, 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 bluebell, bluebell, I know what it's going to be. All right, so if you guessed that today was going to be a bluebell, you were right. Daisy, tulip, tulip, bluebell. That's the pattern. You guys did so good. But now I want to hear everyone count to 20. Are you ready? Let's see if we can go super soft until the number 10 and then super loud to the number 20. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20! Good job, preppies. All right, so we did that. It's time to find out what today is. I'm going to stick my little hat on today. And then I'm going to follow it straight up. And I see it's the only day of the week with the W. Today is Wednesday. Yesterday, remember yesterday already happened. So yesterday goes right here on the time that already happened. And we're going to take our finger and go straight up. And we're going to see that yesterday is one of those days that starts with t, t, t. But because it's T-U, it's Tuesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. And, oh, I can't get my Tuesday card in. And let's remember that tomorrow hasn't happened yet. So tomorrow goes on the empty day. And we're going to follow it straight up. And we see it's the other day that has the t, 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 T. But because the T and H are working together, you have to stick your tongue out and say Thursday. Tomorrow will be Thursday. So let's look at these again. Today is Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. Tomorrow will be Thursday. Well, guess what? That means it's time for us to check our weather for our picnic forecast. Let's go outside and take a look at our weather. You can see my cat has already begun the picnic. That's Princess, and she's laying out on my picnic blanket. Take a look at the sky, and let's come on in. Well, do we have a rainy day for our picnic? A sunny day? A partly cloudy day? A snowy day? A windy day? Or a cloudy day? What's our picnic going to be like today? You know, I'm going to go with what you said. I'm going to go with today is a sunny day. The perfect day for picnic day. I'm so glad yesterday was not picnic day. Yesterday would have been difficult to have a picnic. Or 2 days ago when it was really, really cold and windy and rainy. All right, so now it's time for a story. Today's book is A Sick Day for Amos McGee, written by Philip C. Steed and illustrated by Aaron E. Steed. I bet they're in the same family. A Sick Day for Amos McGee. Amos McGee was an early riser. Every morning when the alarm clock clanged, he swung his legs out of bed and swapped his pajamas for a fresh, pressed uniform. He would wind his watch and set a pot of water to boil, saying to the sugar bowl, "A spoonful for my oatmeal, please, and 2 for my teacup." Belly full and ready for the workday, he'd amble out the door. Amble means to walk. Every day, Amos waited for the number 5 bus. "Next stop, City Zoo," the bus driver would call. 6 a.m., right on time, he'd reply. Amos had a lot to do at the zoo, but he always made time to visit his good friends. He would play chess with the elephant, who thought and thought before making a move. Run races with the tortoise, who never lost. Sit quietly with the penguin, who was very shy. Lend a handkerchief to the rhinoceros, who always had a runny nose. And at sunset read stories to the owl, who was afraid of the dark. One day, Amos awoke with the sniffles and sneezes and the chills. Ugh. He swung his achy legs out of bed, curled them back again and said, "Ugh, I don't think I'll be going to work today." Meanwhile, at the zoo, the animals waited for their friend. The elephant arranged his pawns and polished his castles. Those are game pieces in the chess game that he plays. The tortoise stretched his legs and limbered up. Look, you can see him stretching. The penguin sat patiently all by himself. The rhinoceros worried that his allergies were worsening, and the owl perched atop a tall stack of storybooks, scratching his head with concern. "Where is Amos?" the animals wondered. Oh my. Later that day, do you see what they're doing? They left the zoo. I wonder where they're going. Oh, well, they stopped. Where did they stop at? Do you see a sign that tells you where they've stopped at? I see a sign right by my thumb. It's a bus stop. They're waiting at the bus stop. Maybe they're waiting for Amos to arrive. Oh, I don't think they're waiting for Amos to arrive. It looks like they got on the number 5 bus. Wow. Sorry, I think I skipped a page. No, I did not. They arrived! Hooray! My good friends are here! The elephant prepared a game of chess. Amos thought and thought before making a move. "I'm too tired to run races today," said Amos to the tortoise. "Let's play hide and seek instead." The tortoise hid in his shell. Amos hid beneath the covers. Amos yawned. "I could use a nap." The penguin sat quietly, keeping Amos's feet warm. That is so cool. Achoo! Amos awoke with a sneeze. The rhinoceros was ready with a handkerchief. Oh, now he's taking care of Amos. "I'm beginning to feel much better. Thank you," said Amos to his friends. He swung his legs out of bed. "Perhaps we'll share a pot of tea." Oh, look who's pouring the tea. The owl is pouring the tea. And I'm noticing there's another animal in this picture. If you look really closely, you'll see Amos has a mouse living in his house. And the mouse is staring at the flower. Everybody else has their teacups. Amos wound his alarm clock. "It's getting late," he said. "After all, we have a morning bus to catch." So Amos said good night to the elephant, and good night to the tortoise, and good night to the penguin, and good night to the rhinoceros, and good night to the owl, who, knowing that Amos was afraid of the dark, read a story aloud before turning out the light. You can see he's saying good night to all his friends. And there's the owl reading the story. Oh, and even the mouse is there. Oh my goodness. And they all went to sleep, except for the penguin. I'm wondering why the penguin did not go to sleep. I like that the elephant is holding a teddy bear while he sleeps. That is so cool. And Amos shared his blanket with the rhinoceros. So neat. I hope they all got on the number 5 bus and went back to the zoo tomorrow. A sick day for Amos McGee. Okay, so we have to do a little math before we get to our P is for picnic day. Here we have the letter that I just made. You guys remember what that letter is? That's right. That's the letter P. Now I'm going to make a 9. Around, up, and down. Do you see something about the two of them? They look remarkably alike. So that's why when you're writing, you have to be super careful about what you write so that people know what you're trying to say. Sometimes you may be talking about a really big number, and sometimes you might be talking about the letter P. I am going to write 9 nines. Do you think I've written 9 nines yet? How about now? I could squish one in, but I think I'll go down. Do you think I've written 9 nines now? How about now? I think I've probably written too many nines already. I better stop. Let's count. This one does not count because it's the letter P. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I almost had it here. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 nines. Whew, that's a lot of nines. I'm going to stop there, and we are going to make a tally of nines today. So let's see. My tally will be, how about I make it, there was a balloon in that story. I kept seeing the balloon. So I think I will make my tally be balloons. Alrighty. Here's my balloon, and I need a string on it. There's 1, 2. Remember, we have to do the whole top line first before we go down to another line. Okay, let's see. How many balloons did I get on the top line? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm down here with number 6. Here we go. That's number, that's right, 7. Make that a small balloon. 8 and 9. I'm not going to fill in the last one because that's 10, and that's not our month yet. But we'll have time to do that month another day. So there is 9 balloons in a tally. And now it's time to get ready for our picnic. All right, since today's P for Picnic Day, we have some prep work to do. We have some stuff to get ready. So first things first, I took care of the important part and I packed myself a picnic lunch. Make sure you and Mom work together to get a good lunch. I'll show you what's inside here when we go outside. I made sure I had a good drink. But now I want to get ready for some games. So Mom and Dad, I'm going to hold this up to the camera for a minute. This is an outdoor scavenger hunt that I'd found on a website. You can modify it. The list originally had mushrooms in it, like, you know, just like growing in the grass, but I don't have any, so I took that out. You can modify it based on what you have in your home. I have a huge pine tree, so I have no problem with pine cones, but you might have a problem with it. So here is the outdoor scavenger hunt. If you want to take a look, you can have all of your kids, regardless of their ages, work on this. Okay, you can see that there's lots of really good things here. You might have a problem with maybe the seed pod, but everything else should pretty much be easy. And I included pictures because we know our kids are not readers yet, or fluent readers if they are readers, so this will help keep them on track. If you've got an older brother or sister that's way older, you can partner them with the preschooler and then have the middle kid work on their own. You know, you can make a race of it, or you can just, everyone gets a prize when they finish, regardless of when they finish. It's up to you. So an outdoor scavenger hunt is a good thing to do for your picnic. I have some watermelon cut here. Definitely do watermelon eating contests. They're messy, they're fun, and all it takes is a little bit of watermelon. And the last thing I wanted to really prep before we go outside is we're going to do a game outside that's kind of like darts, only we're going to be using bean bags instead of darts. So in order to do that, I got some socks that were no longer matched and I filled them with rice. I want to show you how that's done. But since I'm dealing with food, before I start that, I'm going to wash my hands. So, cameraman, I'm going to come over here. Wash my hands. Let's see. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to me. You're supposed to be able to sing the happy birthday song 2 times in 20 seconds. That's why I did it twice. And if I had known it was someone's birthday, I would have sang your name, but I don't know. So now, to make the beanbags, I found the easiest thing to do is either beans or rice. I'm going to say rice is better, parents, because after you make these, if you want to use them again as heating pads, all you do is stick this in the microwave for a few minutes, 2, 3, 4 minutes, depending on the size of the beanbag, and it will stay warm for 5 or 10 minutes. It doesn't get burning hot, it stays warm. When my niece used to get ear infections every summer when she came to visit me, I'd make one of these and she'd sleep on it. It was soft, it would conform to her ear, and it would stay warm and really help with the pain. So these serve a dual purpose. But anyway, in order to make these, you're first going to get a sock and you're going to put it inside out. Now, I tried opening it like this and pouring it in, but disaster ensued and rice went everywhere. So, what I'm going to suggest is you get a cup, you fill it about this full of rice, maybe a little more if your sock's bigger, and then put the sock over the top. Now when you pour it in, no mess. It goes right in, and I'm able to pull it off. You're going to need a rubber band, a girl's hairband or a rubber band, and you're going to want to just twist it like you would a hairband as many times as you can. You don't want this leaking or falling apart, so I did it several times. Now, if you're going to use this as a heating pad later, I would suggest you take the rubber band and put it up here so that it squishes out. But since we need it for the beanbag today, I have it right up against the rice or pretty close to the rice. Now you're going to take the sock and roll it back over so you can see whatever you've printed on the sock or whatever is printed on the sock. So I have my yellow one, my flamingo one, and my eyeball one. And I'm ready to go outside and play. So my driveway used to be filled with letters and numbers and shapes and colors, and we did some relay races earlier in the month and last month with the letters and colors and shapes and numbers, but the rain washed that all away, so that was a perfect opportunity for me to draw a bullseye on the driveway. You can see clearly that it has different numbers and different colors, and now I'm going to toss my beanbags. I have a good line right here. If you find the line that you set is too close, too far, just adjust it for the next game. So I'm going to try and get as many points as possible by throwing my beanbags. Here we go. Ooh, I got one right in the number 10. That's great. Oh, I got an 8. Let's see if I can get another 8. Oh, darn, that one doesn't count because it went outside of my circle. Well, that's okay. I'm going to count my 10 and my 8 together. So I got 10 in my head, and I'm going to count 8 more. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I made 18 points, and now it's time for someone else to have a turn. You can set the goal of everyone just throwing the beanbags, one time, or you can go until the first person reaches 50, or you can go until the first person gets 2 10s. You can make the race as complicated or as easy as you want. You can see with the rice in the socks that the target doesn't roll once you throw it. It pretty much stops right where you throw it, so that's perfect for this kind of game. There's another game I'd like to show you. The sun is not perfect for it right now, but if you look over here, I have one of my son's toy airplanes. And it has a shadow on it. Now, if you wait until later in the afternoon, you're going to find that the shadow is far away from the airplane. And then, all you do is take a piece of chalk and trace your toy. So I can go like this, get an engine in, get a wing in, get down to the body of the plane. You can see I'm going to have a little problem right here just because, 1, my dog is in the shot, and 2, the plane is in the shot. But if I move this, then I have drawn one of my son's toys right here with shadows. So you can do shadow drawings with dinosaurs or any animals that your kids have. I'd wait until later in the afternoon when the shadow pulls farther. Okay. Well, as you can see, my cat left the blanket and one of my dogs has joined me on my picnic. Now, I did mention the watermelon eating contest. Miss Mary's not going to eat watermelon, but I also promised you, well, I'll eat watermelon, but not in a race. I also promised you I'd show you what I packed in my lunch. So for my picnic lunch, I got some chips, No, they're not yours, Chilla. I got a yummy peanut butter and jelly sandwich, a bag of tasty grapes, and for a dessert, I got little flamingo chocolates. You guys know I love flamingos, so flamingo chocolates was perfect. I am going to sit out here in this beautiful sunshine and enjoy my picnic and make sure my dog does not eat my picnic. I hope you guys have a good day. I don't have a website today because my advice to you is stay off the computer as much as you can. Enjoy the sunshine, have a good long time outside, and forget about checking out websites until tomorrow. I'll see you all then. Bye-bye.